Welcome to the Budget Home Chef. I am your head chef, Amanda. Today we are making breakfast sausage cups. They are perfect on-the-go breakfast for any fast-paced family. You know, my husband loves these. I make them every week for him. And the variety you can make these into is endless, from spinach to tomato, from bacon to onions, and even mushrooms. And they are very budget friendly. Who doesn't love that? So sit back, relax, and let's get cooking. All right, so first off, we're going to get all our spices measured out here. I'm going to go at it here with 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. Always want to use kosher with this. And then the next, we're going to go at it with a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. I love black pepper. I'm used to using this pre-ground black pepper, but you can totally use fresh if that's something that you're into. Next, we're going to go to a half teaspoon of fennel. This really makes a great sausage flavor. I'm originally from Chicago, so I will use it in anything. All of our sausage tastes like that. The next spice there is paprika. We're going to get that all mixed into that bowl there. And of course, we have garlic. We all need a little garlic in our lives. I am using garlic powder here today. We added a teaspoon of that as well. Next here, what we're getting ready to do is a half teaspoon of dried sage. I love sage. It gives your sausage a little more earthy flavor, so I definitely suggest that. And then the last spice we're going to be putting in there is dried thyme. I use thyme in everything, so it's great. All right, so next up, we're going to get this ground pork in the bowl. I am using an 80/20 here, and I am only using a pound of it. So we're just going to get this broken up into this bowl here. Just makes it easier to mix things in and get everything incorporated a little quicker. And the next ingredient that I am putting in here, I am using breakfast syrup. Yes, I did say that. I said breakfast syrup. It's in my pantry, so that's what I'm using here. But I would definitely suggest fresh maple syrup, or if you have another syrup that you like to use that you use on pancakes or anything like that, that's definitely good to put in here. As long as you got 2 tablespoons of some kind of breakfast syrup, we'll be good to go here. Now, once we get that in here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get that bowl of spices. Yeah, you remember those? Yeah, we're going to get all of those in there. So once those are in, we're going to get this all incorporated. So I do have a glove on. You do see that. That is just my personal preference, as I said. So I'm going to get this all mixed up here. And once that gets nice and incorporated, we're going to get it cooking basically. So as you can see here, I do quite a lot of mixing and do a couple more here, and then we're going to get it over to the stove. So yeah, I did say medium-high heat there. On my stove, that is around 8. I know my stove can be temperamental, as most stoves probably can be. So, you can definitely put it on any temp you think is correct for medium-high heat. I am using a wooden spoon. That's something I'm not going to change. It's something I've been doing, since I've been in commercial kitchens, most of my life. So I'm just going to get that all broken up here. Make sure we start getting that color pink to go away. Just keep mixing around. Make sure you're breaking up all those pieces. We just want to make sure we don't have super large pieces, but good ones. There will be grease in the pan, you'll see here. You want to keep that grease. To me, that is just more flavor. And we're just going to go ahead, mix that all up, and get ready to go. So our next step here is to get our ingredients together for our eggs. I am using 1/8 of a cup of heavy cream here. I like the heavy cream. It gives it a little more richness to your eggs, and it's just something I'll continue to use. You can use half and half if you like, but I will always go for more fat flavor here. So the next thing I'm going to do, which is completely optional here, is I am going to use hot sauce. I use about 2 teaspoons here. Usually I eyeball it, but I knew that I do need to try to measure this out for this particular recipe. So I went ahead, add that in. So the next thing that's going to happen here is we are going to crack some eggs. Now, I did end up using all dozen here. I did originally do 10, but it just seemed that it wasn't enough. So I got all of those cracked up there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get that heavy cream and hot sauce in. Get that all scraped out. Make sure you get every last drop. And yes, as you can see, that is my favorite spatula. Yep, you know what that is. So from here, we are going to season. We're going to use some more of that ground black pepper. Again, you can use fresh, nothing says you can't. And once we do that, we are going to add more kosher salt. I like using kosher here again because, it does give more flavor and I can use less. So after that, we are going to get this whipped. So go ahead, get all of those egg yolks broken up here. Once we get all of those broken up, you're just going to get this fully incorporated. Now, you have seen on my descriptions, I am a professional chef. I have been in commercial kitchens for over 10 years. I love it. It's my thing. It's my go-to. It's my stress relief. So as you can see, I'm going to take all my stresses out on these eggs here. All right, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to get this sausage in this muffin tin. I don't have to spray this tin. It is a copper tin again. I would suggest to spray it if you do not have copper tins. So what we're going to do here, as you can see, we are filling it up with about a 2-ounce scoop. Now go ahead, fill it up as evenly as possible. There may be some that you are going to have to pick from just to get them even. I love doing this kind of thing, even though, it isn't baking, but it is baking to me. So we're just going to get all of this put in here, make sure we get it all even for us. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some cheese. I do have some shredded cheese here. I do love cheese and eggs. I don't know who doesn't, but hey, if I got the cheese, I'm going to put it in. So as you can see, I am using mild cheddar cheese. It is my favorite. It's not too sharp like our sharp cheddar, as it does say. So we're going to make sure we have an even amount of cheese as well here. So once we get all of that cheese on, we are going to start getting that custard in that I made. Next step here is we're going to try to get all this mixed into the mixture here. You want to get that cheese covered so it doesn't burn. I did call it a custard. That's what we call it when we're making quiches in some restaurants, especially the restaurants I've been in. So once we get that all mixed in here, we're going to make sure we get this onto another sheet pan because you do not want this to overflow. I will tell you, it overflowed on me. So once we get that on a sheet pan, we are going to get this cooking at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Check these out. They turned out fantastic. Now, like I did state in the beginning, you can do a wide variety of filling with these, but of course today we just did sausage and cheese, and there's nothing simpler than that. Now, my husband will be so excited. All he'll have to do is take his 2 out that he normally takes with him, pop them in the microwave for 30 seconds to a minute, and then he'll be ready to go and tackle his day. So I really appreciate everyone coming out, watching the video. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, like, and click on that bell for notifications. Till next time.